Hi Year 7, I hope you're all well. Today we're going to look at the third lesson in the topic of cells, and we're going to find out about specialized cells. Firstly, can you remember from last lesson the names of the parts of animal cells and the names of the parts of plant cells? Let's see how we do. Okay, here is an animal cell, and we need to know the name of the blue line around the outside. We need to know the name of the blue blob in the middle, and we need to know the purple dots, and we need to know the pale blue area which surrounds all the contents of the cell. Let's see how we did. So first of all, the blue line, cell membrane, then the blue area inside the cell, cytoplasm, then the blue blob, the nucleus, and the purple dots are the mitochondria. I hope you got all of those right. Let's move on to plant cells. Let's test ourselves on whether we know the names of the parts of a plant cell. Let's go from sort of outside to inside. Okay, the brown outer line is the cell membrane. The brown inner line, we need to look at the blue blob, the green areas, the big grey area, the pale blue which surrounds everything inside the cell, and the purple dots, which I'm sure you remember are the mitochondria which provide energy. So let's see how we did. First of all, the brown area outside, the cell wall. Okay, the brown area inside the boundary, cell membrane. The blue area which surrounds all the contents of the cell, remember they're called organelles, that's the cytoplasm. Okay, the blue blob in the middle is the nucleus, and the grey area is the vacuole. Okay, sorry about the order. Then the green areas are chloroplasts, and the little purple dots are mitochondria. Let's see how many you remembered. Remember, if you're looking at the PowerPoint, you can always go back and test yourself. Now today's lesson is about specialized cells. We need to know about specialized animal cells, where they are found, what they do, and how they're adapted to do this. And exactly the same for plant cells, where they're found, what they do, and how they are adapted to do these different things. So there are 4 types of animal cells that we're going to look at today. They all have the same 4 components that we've learnt about for animal cells, but these have been adapted to do different tasks. So we're going to learn about nerve cells. They're also called neurons, red blood cells, sperm cells, and egg cells. And then we're also going to learn about some specialized plant cells, and they are the leaf cells and the root cells. Okay, here is a sperm cell. Let's see a bit more information about that. You can see the head and the tail. The sperm cell is very small. It's found in the testes, and it's designed to fertilize eggs. The head contains enzymes which allow it to digest into an egg and then join with it. The sperm has a long tail which provides movement so that it can swim and find an egg cell. Now we'll look at an egg cell. So they've mentioned 3 parts: a layer of jelly, the nucleus, and the cytoplasm which contains the yolk. An egg cell is designed to be fertilized. It's found in ovaries. The egg cell is large and bulky, and it contains the yolk, which provides a large food store for the new cell being formed. Now we're going to look at a red blood cell. It's designed to carry oxygen. It's found in the blood. It has a large surface area so the oxygen can pass in and out through the cell membrane. We've told you that all cells contain a nucleus, but this one doesn't. The other thing to remember is the cell contains hemoglobin, which joins with the oxygen, so it can be transported around the body. Here is a nerve cell. Nerve cells are also called neurons. They are long. They have connections at each end. They need those two things so that they can carry electrical signals around the body through the nerves. The nerve impulses are electrical, and just for information, the two parts where the nerve cell collects the electrical signal and where it lets go of the electrical signal, on the right hand side it collects electrical signals, it moves down that long area which are called axons, and then the little branches at the end are called dendrites, and they pass electrical signals onto the next cell. You'll learn more about that later. These neurons are also found in the brain. Here's a leaf cell, which is one of the two plant cells we need to learn about. It's designed for photosynthesis, and I'm sure you remember that takes place in those green chloroplasts. It's found in the top of a leaf. It's tall and has a large surface area to absorb water and minerals. It's packed with chloroplasts to help make plant food, and that's using photosynthesis. Here's another specialized cell in a plant. It's a root hair cell. It's designed for absorbing water and minerals or nutrients for the plant. They get these minerals, water, nutrients from the soil around them. It has a very thin cell wall, which makes it easier for these minerals and nutrients to pass through. And it has a large surface area which helps it to absorb water and minerals. Here's a little test for you, and I suggest you do it like this. Look, you can do it either on the video if you keep pausing it, or you can do it on the PowerPoint and then you have more time to think. Okay, so let's guess let's see if we remember what a nerve cell is. I'm going to guess it's in veins and arteries. Let's see. Okay, I got that one wrong. It's actually in roots in brain and nerves. Okay, let's see where the sperm cell is found. I think it's found in the testes. Let's see. Yes, I'm right, the sperm cell is found in the testes. You need to go through these next 3 slides and see if you can remember all of them. So for example, this is the list of all the specialized cells on the left, and on the right hand column tells you what it does, and you have to match the type of nerve cell, the type of cell on the left with what it does on the right. Here is a table about the adaptations of each cell. So we need to know, for example, what adaptation a nerve cell has in order to work properly. So you pick one of those on the right and see whether the nerve cell is one of those, whether you've got it right or wrong. Then you can check the answer by clicking and you'll get an arrow to the right place. So try and work through that and see how many you get right. Remember, if you're doing it on the PowerPoint especially, you can always go over and do it again. There's a lot to learn in this lesson, so it's worth doing it a couple of times. This is the last slide in the lesson on specialized cells. And next week we're going to learn about the movement of substances, and you'll be pleased to know there's no worksheet today. Make sure you can answer the questions in the PowerPoint. Thank you.